On Christmas night, the town was silent, wrapped in snow and dim holiday lights, and for most people, it was the kind of quiet that felt safe and warm and expected, the kind that comes after families fall asleep and televisions turn to blue screens, and the world remembers how to breathe without noise. I sat awake because the house felt too still, the kind of stillness that makes you notice your own heartbeat. And outside the window, the snow fell straight down without wind, as if it was trying not to disturb anything on its way to the ground. Then someone knocked on the front door. Not the frantic pounding of someone in danger, and not the soft tapping of a neighbor stopping by, but a single knock, flat and deliberate, as if whoever stood on the other side only wanted to announce that they were there. I waited at first because opening a door on Christmas night for a stranger felt absurd, and the house did not feel like it wanted movement, so I listened, expecting footsteps or a voice or another knock, but nothing followed. The silence stretched long enough to become uncomfortable, as if the knock had not been a request, but a test, and eventually curiosity forced me to the door, not slowly, not quickly, just with the uneasy rhythm of someone who already knows they made a mistake. I looked through the peephole and saw nothing, no figure on the porch, no coat, no boots, not even shadows that suggested someone had moved out of sight, just the snow falling straight down and the dark road beyond. The knock had been real, but the world behind the door looked undisturbed, untouched, as if that sound had come from inside the door and not outside it, or from a moment in time that was no longer present. I considered opening it just to prove that nothing was wrong, just to ease the irrational pressure building in my chest, but the lock felt warm under my hand, as if it had been touched from the other side seconds ago, and that was enough to make me step back. Nothing else happened that night. No more knocks, no footsteps on the snow, no shadows on the porch, no signs that anyone had been there at all. And eventually exhaustion replaced fear, and I fell asleep without remembering when. Morning came with pale light and the brittle cold of winter, and I opened the front door expecting to see nothing but fresh snow and the usual tracks left by the neighborhood cats that wandered after sunrise. Instead, I saw handprints. They covered the porch in a loose, scattered pattern pressed into the thin crust of snow. And what made them unsettling was not how many there were, but how clearly they were shaped. 5 fingers each, no gloves, no mittens, no smudging, as if whoever left them had stood barefoot in the cold and touched the ground with calm, bare palms, like they were testing the temperature of the world. The prints led nowhere, not toward the road, not toward the yard, not toward any other door. They simply began at the threshold of my house, as if the first hand had appeared out of the air itself and pressed down without any body to accompany it. I crouched and looked at them closer and noticed the skin texture and the impressions, the tiny details of fingerprints and lines and creases that do not belong to mannequins or gloves or tricks. And yet there were no footprints beside them, nothing to explain how a human could have been there without leaving any trace of legs or weight. I told myself it must have been kids from the neighborhood, a prank or a dare, or something fueled by holiday adrenaline. But the temperature overnight had been far below freezing, cold enough to damage skin in seconds, and no child would leave perfect handprints in neat, open patterns without smearing the snow while running away. I did not touch them. I did not photograph them. I did not clear them away. I simply closed the door and tried to pretend that Christmas night had not included a knock that no one answered. But sometimes, when the house is quiet and the lights are low and the snow falls straight down without wind, I think about the way that knock sounded, calm and singular, like punctuation, like someone concluding an action that had already been decided long before they arrived at my door. And I wonder if it mattered that I never opened it, because whoever knocked did not come to enter the house, they only came to leave something behind.